This is real, unbiased boxing talk.
Hey guys, doing your boys People Talk back again with another one. Now, as the news that we all know as boxing fans, that PBC did not resign with Showtime. We know this. I'm not surprised. I knew it was coming. Been hurt is down the pipeline for a while. PBC was having issues, and people want to know why, because the people are tricked, confused. Same people watch these other boxing channels, they're biased, got narratives, saying things. Oh, this guy's a star. He did this many pay-per-view buys. Cross the street did this. You know, the fans of the network other than the sport. Look here. So, as Showtime didn't resign, of course, you know, this is common sense what's going on with sports in general. They didn't, I mean, literally, it killed the whole sports genre from Showtime. You know, MMA is cut too. And this is all because their budget when it comes to PBC, it's just that bad. You know, when a company does financially bad when it comes to investment, this is what happens over the years. They'll take a loss for multiple years because that's the way of the game of business. You don't throw in $2 million and expect $18 million in a year or 2 or 3 years. You might take a loss. You might be in the red. You know, same for Uber, Lyft. A lot of popular companies are in the red. Apple in the red. But over time, they make profits. Over time, they get gains. Now, me saying this, you guys probably don't want to hear this about this is boxing. This is boxing. What do we care about the business? Well, understand something. If the business of boxing does not do well, the sport does not do well. People have to stop saying this. I hear people say this stuff. Oh, well, I'm a boxing fan. I don't care about how the fight get made. This is exactly why boxing is in the state it's in. Investors, you know, it's this time of recession. People jobs getting cut, money is getting low, things are getting more frustrating. People out here to survive. And while it's good for these boxers to be making so much money and doing so well when it comes to the PBC, but when you fighting scraps and bombs, you have to understand that people are not really paying to see these fights. Where is this money coming from? There has to be losses. There are losses. If PBC has left Showtime because they couldn't resign, right? Any other company that looks at them, because Al Hammond has a bad check record, I'm hearing that it was the 12 companies he came from. That is insane. 12 companies that you failed and destroyed with losing them millions of dollars. Insane. So he's a smart business con man for sure. Like I can say that about Al Hammond. Hey man, he can definitely get his bread. What people don't understand is that how is it possible that he can still get paid and the fighters get paid if they were failing? Well, let me break this down for you. As Al Hammond himself, he gets a percentage off these guys' purses. He doesn't get paid off profits. He gets paid off a percentage of a purse. So the biggest purse the fighter gets, the biggest percentage he gets. See, we have to understand this more about the business of boxing too, to understand what's going on. Because, like I said, you got to watch these narrative channels, people that pick and choose things. They more fans, like I said, of the network. They actually excuse the come across your street. I'm with PBC. I'm like, you're not getting a check from these guys. Why are you so adamant about a network defending or a person so not want to fight another fighter from another promotion when they can make the biggest fight? We wouldn't have Wilder versus Fury 1, 2, and 3 if these promotions never came together. So why would you want to be a fan of a network and not the whole sport in general? That's what I never understood. But let me just say this. PBC can still have a chance to excel. Like, let me explain how. But they have to bust open the books. We have to see the actual the pay-per-view numbers. We have to actually see what's the profit or losses of this company, because these boxers are overpaid. Now, listen, you have to tell me, you realize that the money. Let's say if we have a balance out. Let's balance it out. The bubble already popped for boxing, right? It balances out. These dudes still making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, but it's gonna be based off what you bring in, not based off how you feel. Like as I say, who am I looking? I'm see the older guys let's look at these fat pay. Andy Ruiz, Keith Thurman. These guys are delusional. Andy Ruiz wants at least $10 million to fight Deontay Wilder. He wants at least $5 million to fight any scrub out there when he doesn't bring in the numbers. Those days are over. Keith Thurman's demanding $8 to $10 million to fight Boots Ennis. But you know why this happens? Because these guys became too comfortable with making this much money with PBC. That's why they were able to get a check, sit back for years and do nothing, because you fighting scrub. Think about it. If I'm going to fight just Tomato Can, right? Or this non-top 10 guy, and you paying me $1.2 million or $1 million, now you want me to fight a top 10 like me, good as me, I could lose the fight. If I got $1 million for a bomb, I need at least 5 to 10 million for this actual competitive fight. And they got it. But now that time is up. That time is over when it comes to getting paid those payouts. So now when these boxers, when Showtime is going out, the best thing for, I say this what I think. I think Days, BOK Prime, Top Rank, if they can, because Top Rank having issues too. We got to make sure how they books going too. But they actually was making money though. You know, it's about money. Paying these guys to write about what they actually bring in and not what they feel and what I can throw out there. Because Bob Arum is not. He actually works with it, like actually with the network. And when they make money, he make money. It ain't just I get a percentage. I just do that. He actually is part of that network too and that function. Al Heyman is just a side man collecting the check from the fighters. When they get paid, he get paid. That is how it is. But they come together. Oscar De La Hoya, Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, BOK Prime, if it's a possibility, to sit the table, bust open these books, make things come. This is the time for boxing to become UFC. There's no more of these cakewalks. There's no more fighting bombs and getting paid these fat checks. You gotta fight the best to get the best. Boxing right now, this is the time for boxing to shine. This is the good state of boxing right now. Look at Demetrius Andre versus Dave Benavidez. Finally, look, we're getting a big fight like that. Now that's a multi-million-dollar fight. But you can't have Gervonta Tank Davis fighting what's that guy named Hector Garcia, and you might say, well, he's the tickets and all this stuff. But when it comes to making them, look, when these guys, at the end of the day, they paychecks, they guarantees. Tank Davis does sell. Don't get me wrong. I'm just giving him, putting an analogy in here. No, let me switch that up, because that actually was still the money wise paying off. It still made a little bit of money, but you got to have more than one fighter making money, right? But they lied about pay-per-view numbers. Canelo Alvarez, he's a big name, but they pay him so much there's not enough to take off the top. Days themselves. Literally, Eddie Hearn had to set this himself.
Of course, not every Canelo fight works financially for DAZN, but it works for us. So we would have loved to.
Real quick, basically what Eddie Hearn was saying was, screw the network. My percentage I was getting was worth it. I enjoyed it because I was getting paid regardless. The network didn't like it, didn't like the results, didn't like that it wasn't making no money, but I was making money. I was getting a percentage. I loved the fights. I love having Canelo around because I was making money, but the network was failing with his fights. That's basically what he's saying. Some guys need a slower explanation because, fanboys, Bebop boys, they can't accept the truth. We have to call out all these dudes that pick and choose these narratives, and that's just what it is. He knows that Dave was financially losing millions of dollars, but while he was enjoying his cut, like the Al Heyman stuff that was going on, Al Heyman might say, forget the network. The network ain't getting no money, they ain't making no profit, but guess what? I'm getting my cut. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy hosting these fights. I enjoy overpaying these guys because I get a bigger pool on a percentage. It's just that simple. I would love to work with Canelo Alvarez because he's exciting, good fights, good environments. But Days financially don't want him around. They don't want to work with him. They rather work with the YouTubers because the YouTubers bringing in money, profit, returns. I'm paying this guy $40 million to fight a scrub. But we want him to fight this guy Triple G now that we signed, but he's saying wait. So we're going to take a loss. Every fight we taking $1 million loss, $2 million loss, $3 million loss. Cause we gotta pay him 30, pay this guy 5, pay this spot off, pay these workers, pay for these lights. So it comes to a turnaround that, hey, we're not making money. This is why Dave was thinking about getting out of North America because they wasn't making money. Paying Demetrius only $3 million, big money to fight nobodies when the damn crowd is halfway empty. And that's because he wasn't fighting nobody that no one cared about. If Demetrius Andre fought Jamal Charlo, that's $1 million fight. That's $1 million fight. But Demetrius Andre versus some guy that's a number 11 coming up contender named Habushkin or somebody from Russia or Africa is not going to make feasible amounts of money. You can't pay this man $1 million to fight in a goddamn school hallway. You have to pay this man $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 to fight this scrub. If he's that good, that's an easy lick for $300,000. Loma did it. Top Rank was going off what you make. You know, Tiffany was upset that, there's not enough money for this and that. But you got to look at the numbers, bro. What are you bringing into the company? They got to make money too. They have to eat, they have to survive. Most of you guys don't want to have interviews with people. Most of you guys don't promote yourself. So you expect all this money and all this work from the company, right? But you expect this big check. When they got to promote you, they got to put the shit out here, they got to put the social media, they got to do everything, the licensing, the fees, all this stuff, and you expecting all this money. When the only reason that PBC was able to pay that money because Al Haymon didn't care about profits. It's about how much you get paid so he can get. So the big boys need to come to the table, sit down, come with a game plan, come with a check, come with numbers that can actually bring boxing back to life. It's time for a day of reckoning for boxing. It's UFC time. And only the best will outshine. Like my boy Emmanuel Stanionis, my boy Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, Terrance Crawford, Usyk. Those guys cannot be ducked anymore. Now the real best guys gonna get the best checks. Not these dudes that have these man-made fights, these end fights, they know you're gonna win and you pay all this big money when they fight nobodies. The best will get the best. When the best beat the best, that's when the best money comes. When the best go for a belt, that's when the best money comes. There is no more scrubs. There is no more easy fights. And if you do get an easy fight, you do get a scrub, you're going to get paid what is going to be what you bring in, what's your revenue. And that's the business. That's the reality of the sport of boxing right now, what's going on with them. And why Showtime didn't resign? Because the books didn't look good. The books were funny. And that's just the reality of it. People don't like it. These fanboys that was fanboying for PBC, they quiet now because possibly PBC could become an app. They made fun of Days, could get signed with Days. Now they're looking for somebody, another fool. Unless that investor sits back and says, let me see them books, let me see those numbers, let me see what's going on. You pay Keith Thurman $2 million for what? That dude's a $500,000 fighter if he's fighting these type of guys. You pay Errol Spence what? You pay him too much when he only brought this much pay-per-views. He's supposed to get 1.2 million, not 2.5 million. So we can make a little bit of money. So we can keep the lights on. So investors feel comfortable enough to keep this stuff alive. But than that, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, more to come soon. You guys definitely check the channel out some more. Please subscribe, like, hit that bell. We got more great things coming soon. You gotta think about the video.
Undisputed Talk. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.